In this video, you're gonna see the hidden food and lifestyle of Pakistan's most isolated mountain people. Meet the Hunza.
This is a combination I would never expect to see together in one dish. Let's try it out.
But first, let's back up. Pakistan has a population of 220 million. You'll find similar culture, dress, food, and people in most cities across the country. That is, until you get here. In the far north of Pakistan, beyond a multitude of mountain ranges, you'll find the Hunza Valley.
Right now, we're in one of the many Hunza villages on the mountainside. Mountain life here is so completely different from any other place in Pakistan, and I love it because mountain cultures tend to maintain their culture better over time.
A place so isolated, its customs around food, clothing, and day-to-day life still remain largely unaffected by the outside world. Right now, I'm on my way to a local home to check out their kitchen and see what's for breakfast.
So we are continuing along right now, going through this narrow path and up to a local home. You have to come up these steps here. The steps are made out of stone, built into the house, and you have to be careful because there is no railing here. There are two ways to enter, on the bottom floor and here on the top floor. Right through this miniature short door meant for Joe Pesci. You walk in, you see the main gathering room, and then after that, the kitchen. Let's go.
We're in the house of Sadia. Generations of her family have lived here, going 400 years back. Right now, Sadia and her mother are making breakfast.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm also just, yeah. She's making a couple different items for breakfast. Right now, this is gonna be a pancake, and then here is a fire. She's flipped the pan upside down here, so this will become the hot surface for the pancakes to cook on. What is your favorite thing to cook? Is it gebratane noodle India?
No.
It's not that, really. I just thought maybe because this entire room is completely wallpapered with food packages of Indian rice. You know how when you cook, sometimes you throw away the box and you have to dig it back out because you're like, wait, how am I supposed to cook this again? They never have that problem here.
Ghialin is a type of local pancake made from wheat flour, eggs, water, and apricot oil.
Right now, she's taken a piece of dough and she's used the dough to spread butter on the pan here. She's got a big scoop. Oh yes, this pan is roaring hot. Even my knee is about to catch on fire at this point.
Hunza people like hot because in Hunza very cold.
At altitudes of at least 8,000 feet, the air is thin and the climate can be harsh.
About time to give it a flip. Oh, nice. I love the texture, the pattern on here. It looks like the top-down view of this village when you look at this.
Houses built into the mountainside hug up against each other so no space is wasted. The thick stone outer walls stabilize temperatures inside when it's hot or when it's cold.
Where is the smoke going?
There.
Oh, there's a hole there.
In Hunza homes, the kitchen is located in the heart of the house, radiating heat and dispensing food. In this house, each floor has a kitchen.
We're on the second floor right now. There's a skylight above us, so that's letting in all this natural light. And then there's this glass box right here, which lets in even more light for the floor below. What is this room normally used for?
It's for summertime. We sit in here.
And so you eat here?
Yeah.
Do you sleep here?
Yeah.
How many people sleep in this room?
10?
Be honest, out of 10 people, how many snore?
3.
3. We have a lot of different food here. Some dishes, I haven't seen anything like this trip so far. We have the pancakes. I saw you make that. And then what is this one?
Dry apricot soup.
Rehydrate the dried apricots in hot water. Add crumbs of dough and wheat flour and cook until the mixture becomes thick.
It looks so much more complex. Maybe because there's just so many different colors of apricots. There's like dark ones and light ones. And it's created this beautiful like orangey brown hue to the broth, which is also quite thick. Let's try it out. It's very sweet. Obviously apricot flavor. It feels more like a dessert than anything else. This is addictive.
90% of the food that you will have here, one common ingredient is going to be apricot. So again, this soup has dried apricots. This soup has apricot seeds.
This is a type of noodle soup dish. Smash the apricot kernels or seeds, then add them to a pot of hot water to create a broth. Season with a little bit of salt.
I saw these earlier. I thought they were almonds.
So they look like almonds, but they're basically apricot seeds.
These are so good. They're like a much better almond. They're not like all dry and chalky. They're half the size. I love these.
The noodles are made fresh from scratch. Wheat flour, salt, eggs, and water mixed together to make the dough. Knead it. then cut into small short strands and cook.
It is such gentle flavors, tastes homemade. You can taste like the wheat from the wheat noodle.
This soup is like my kind of soup. I like my soup to be a bit lighter.
Joining our meal, Ali, a Pakistani man on a mission to introduce his country's cuisine to the world. Though he hails from Islamabad, he hopes to one day retire in this region.
One other interesting thing about the food here is they didn't add any spices, no sugar. Because how they like their food, that every ingredient has its own flavor.
Right here, this is the pancake. Here she has apricot oil. Oof. She just doused these with oil.
With this oil, you can dump it as much as you want and you shouldn't feel guilty because it's a very healthy oil.
Let's try it out.
If you like sweet, you add honey.
Okay, it's not sweet now. It tastes almost more like a crepe than a pancake, which might have eggs in it. The apricot oil, I can't say it has a lot of flavor. It's food lube. It kind of makes it easier to slide down your throat.
Yeah.
It's very impressive, very interesting to see this side of Pakistan. Because people, if they know anything at all about Pakistan, it's probably more about the big cities and the hustle and the bustle and the parts that have some similarities to India. Here, completely different culture and different foods. It's obviously reflected here in what we're eating right now. Less seasonings, super local ingredients, nothing too intense. I love it. Very nice.
The Hunza people, or the Hunza Kuts, are ethnically known as the Barusho people, with a population of 60,000. They have their own distinct language, musical instruments, clothing, and customs. Residing in the highlands of the Himalayas, they're known for their longevity, with an unofficial life expectancy of 100 years.
Are your grandparents around?
Yeah.
How old are your grandparents?
100?
And they're alive?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. This is kind of what today is about. One, seeing a different lifestyle, a different way of eating and living here in Pakistan, but also trying to understand what is so different here that allows people to live these long, healthy lives. I'm very impressed by that. I must learn more. Ma'am, good day. How are you?
I am fine. How are you?
I'm so excited to be here.
Meet Ms. Lashma Zadi in her cozy mountainside kitchen. For 17 years, she's been whipping up regional favorites for locals and visitors alike.
What are you doing right now?
I am making hoilu garma, yeah.
This is the most vegetables I've seen so far on my trip. So you already made this for us. This is a top Tito. It looks kind of like a chapati.
Local pizza.
It's a local pizza.
Yeah.
Wheat dough is kneaded into a round shape. Add the filling, made of chicken and local spices.
What is inside?
Chicken, coriander, mint, onion, green chili, local saffron, garlic, ginger, little salt, cooking walnut, and apricot oil.
You just gave away your whole recipe. Are you worried about that?
Thank you. Yeah.
Cover it with another layer of dough, then cook it in a hot pan with apricot oil. When both sides turn golden brown, cut and serve with goat cheese.
Oh, it's so good. It tastes like a whole wheat wrapper on the outside, and then inside, it's just so flavorful. It's spicy, you can taste the cumin. There's a ton of caramelized onion coming through.
So what I like about this is that after having a breakfast, which probably didn't have much taste to it, this is like a nice contrast.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a dip here. A beautiful pairing, clean, cool, refreshing, and sweet to go with something a little bit more heavy and a lot more spicy. This is delicious.
Thank you.
How did you learn to cook?
It's my own grandmother.
Okay. How old is your grandmother?
99 years. She is, yeah.
Oh, she passed away.
Yeah.
But when she was 99, that's remarkable.
My grandfather is 104 years.
Right now,
No,
he passed away.
Yeah.
But 104.
And the one secret that is the organic food.
But plenty of people in the USA eat organic food. It's not working out for them.
Having organic food just for like a few years, just to satisfy your own self, is something else. But being raised in this very environment, and you keep on having that for your entire life is different.
Are you saying it's too late for me?
Yeah, a bit too late.
Okay.
It's never too late.
The diet here may be a key factor in Hunza longevity. Organic raw vegetables, fruits, and moderate protein consumption. Mineral-rich mountain water is plentiful. And then there's this. The priced apricot, rich in vitamin A and other antioxidants. This food is omnipresent in Hunza cooking, used for its fruit, seed, and oil. Sometimes a lot of oil, like in our next dish.
This is Morida ready.
This is mulida. Add water to a pot, then add dry cow cheese, dried mint, salt, coriander, onion, green chilies, and small crumbs of chapati. Cook. Douse with apricot oil, it's ready.
Bro,
Bro,
this looks stunning. This is food for the soul. And also stomach. We have a couple other ones here. I think we'll build up to this molida. First we have this, I don't know what you'd call it, a soup, a stew.
this one is called Gilgit Aloo.
Meaning brown lentil and potato, a type of stew that's eaten with chapati. Made by stir-frying coriander paste, mint, and green chilies in a pot. Add masala, water, brown lentils, salt, and potatoes. Cook and serve.
I'm gonna put some lentils, some potato on here. Kind of a natural gravy that's come from all that. Let's try it out. That's super yummy. It's lentils, it's potatoes, but it has a nice texture and great flavor. Man, this feels like real home-cooked food. None of these like super intense street food flavors.
And what I really love about it is it's so spicy in the right way.
Yeah, it's like warming me up from the inside. This one is called mulida. In the middle, there's a pool of oil, which is bringing me back to the Lahore vibes. There is a reservoir right here of just butter. Sorry, butter. I want to see if I can taste the oil directly to see if it has any flavor. Oh, yeah, when you eat it just alone, it has a little floury essence to it. Do we mix all that together?
Take a spoonful of molida, dip the spoon in this, and then let's go for it.
Oh. This is the most confusing thing I've ever eaten, but I genuinely like it. I don't know where the flavors are coming from. I don't know how they're combining. It's like dairy, but then it's also spice. It's like putting Tabasco in your yogurt in the morning.
There's a lot going on in my mouth right now.
That's what I was trying to say. That had 4 taste phases. So there's like a powdered cheese in there, dehydrated cow cheese. That has its own unique flavor. At first it's like creamy and cheesy like paneer, and then it gets a little bit gamey after that. There's some floweriness coming from this oil. It does have some spice, but it's not all like cumin and coriander. It has its own flavor profile. Super unique.
Pure molida takes the crown.
This is no joke. It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe it. Every time I look out there, I'm like, that's CG. That's not real. Why do you think this part of the world is so unknown to so many?
Definitely in Pakistan, we had our realities a couple of years ago because of all the law and order situation going on. So the kind of media word that the world was getting was not very positive. But alhamdulillah, things have become absolutely normal and now tourism is getting back to Pakistan. But other than that, to be honest, this part of Pakistan, they are super peaceful. In fact, for your audience, I mean, they're lucky to see all of this, but they're unlucky in a way that the camera cannot capture the reality, what the eyes can see. So for that, they have to come and see it for themselves. I believe the nature has its own filter when you come to this part of Pakistan. It's so beautiful,
Well, Ali, this has been very romantic. My wife, she would really enjoy this, but at least I'm here with you. That's nice.
stuck with me.
Yeah.
Restaurants like this slightly alter their traditional recipes to suit visitors from other parts of Pakistan who prefer stronger, more spicy flavors. I'm realizing now, the only way to truly experience what it means to eat like a Hunza is to go to someone's home.
We've come to another home in the same village. The home has very similar architecture, even if you look up there. That is the skylight. This time we are in the basement. We're gonna make a chapati. It's a cheese chapati?
Yeah.
Ah, I like cheese. She starts with the bottom layer, rolling it out. She puts it on there. I love the way the traditional kitchens work here. This is basically a fire inside of here, and then they can adjust the tops that they put on. So this one is for making chapati, but they have other ones where they can put big pots on there, whatever you need. They even have one that can make French fries. That's not true. So right now she's put down the first layer, and she's gonna add in some of the filling.
This paste is made from cottage cheese, coriander, green onion, walnut, salt, and a little bit of milk.
Chapati number 2, it goes on, and now we have a little walnut oil. A generous portion of walnut oil.
This is Nasira and her sister.
What's your name?
Man Bibi.
Nice to meet you. My name is Sunny. In my language, Sunny means legendary eater. Do you know I've eaten 7 things today?
Okay.
How many things did you eat?
Tea and bread.
What?
I like this bread. This is a corn wheat.
This is essentially cornbread right here. Oh, you ate it already? Oh, I took too big of a piece. It's
When you eat this bread, then not speaking. Because
it makes your mouth so dry.
Yeah.
finish this bread, then talk.
That's a really good idea. It's just like any good cornbread. It absorbs all the saliva in your mouth. Please wait 10 minutes. Done.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something? Today, I ate 8 foods because I had that. We have our dinner here. This looks incredible. So they've cooked something that we saw already, but it looks slightly different. This is the
Mulida.
right. Also with the oil in there, but so many other dishes here. We've got a chicken noodle soup, buckwheat pancakes, cheese chapati, some dumplings, and then a dessert. Can we start with these dumplings?
The filling is made of minced chicken, coriander, green onions, and green chilies. That is wrapped in a wheat flour dough and steamed. These may look like East Asian dumplings, but here they're called mandu.
In Korea, this exact same thing is called mandu. There's no way that's a coincidence that the same food has a similar sounding name.
Because the area that we are right now is almost bordering China and Central Asia. So that's why you find dumplings here, but not in Lahore.
So different. That's fascinating. It has a really interesting combination of meat. It's like half meat, half vegetable. It tastes a little bit dry, not super juicy, but it's spicy. A little bit more mild, gentle flavors. Here they have cheese chapati. Let's try it out. Oh, it's good.
It's very cheesy.
It tastes almost like cream cheese with some chives inside. What's your favorite food here?
This one.
This is a soup?
Sauté chopped onions, ground ginger, and garlic in olive oil. Add in minced chicken, ginger, more spices, and boil. When the noodles join the pot, you're minutes away from completion.
Let's go for it. Oh, that's delicious. Super savory, really soft noodles, almost like a pho noodle. Chicken is really tender. And trust me, I love a soup with no bones. I hate when they give you soup and you have to do some of the work, like pull bones out of your mouth, put them on the table. This is very good. This is the buckwheat pancake.
Quite different than the ones that we had in the breakfast.
Is this something you eat a lot?
यहाँ पे ज़्यादातर लोग
So she's saying that this is one contributing factor to the longevity of the local Hunza people.
It tastes healthy.
Buckwheat is highly recommended for various health problems.
Can it help gas?
No.
Oh, okay. Finally, this is a dessert. It has a pool, a reservoir, right in the middle, full of oil.
This is walnut oil.
There are crushed walnuts all around it, but then this brown mass, what is that?
This brown component is basically made from organic local wheat flour. So what they do is that they age the local wheat for 5-6 days in water and somehow it becomes sweet.
So a lot of work goes into this.
For sure.
So now she's working her way around the perimeter. So you can see it's really thick. She gets plenty of that oil on there. Let's try it out.
The source of the Hunza Fountain of Youth is debated by many.
This is one of the best desserts I've ever had. It's so fun to chew through and then really dense, sweet texture.
Is it the diet here? Is it the mountain water, fresh air, high elevation, the copious amounts of apricot consumption? Perhaps it's low-stress living, or the fact that traditionally, local folks would walk the mountains and work the fields for most hours of the day.
You've been here your whole life. Has this place changed much since you were a kid?
तो उसके बाद फिर पढ़ाई के लिए अब्बू यहाँ पे लेके आए.
The biggest defining change for her in this entire region is tourism. Because back then, there used to be very few tourists, but now like tourists are coming in big numbers. So that has changed the overall landscape of the area. And now kids are more focused towards studies rather than working in the fields, which her generation used to do back then. So now, yeah, the people are adjusting to the new trends in a good way. Sure. Because when you walk around these villages, these alleyways, you feel these people are loyal to their customs and their traditions.
Fascinating. Thank you so much for inviting us into your home, for the food, and for the company. I really appreciate it.
Next time, in the Hunza Mountains, I'll be taking on the ultimate animal cookout as I witness this village prepare an entire yak.
Just seeing it up close for the first time in my life right now, it's incredible and it inspires a little bit of fear. Best Ever Food Review Show is a small team of independent creators, and everything we do here works because of you guys. Click the link in our description to join our Patreon and receive exclusive benefits. A peace. All right, this is called... this one is called mulida. We're in a multi-generational home right now. You can't be a young person cooking food without an older person telling you what you're doing wrong. And that's what she's here for.
He said it's too hot.
Oh, do you want me to turn on the aircon?
Generally, we never mix lentils with vegetables. Like this is a rare combination, which is, I believe, very local.
So a potato is a vegetable?
Definitely not a fruit.
Is rice a vegetable?
Yeah, for sure.
Do we mix all that together, or what do you think the move is?
I think we need to figure out the move together.
Should we ask a local?
Don't trust my move.
I mean like a local?
I'm the only local.
Done. No. Oh, you need tea? Oh no, she's dying. Yeah. Oh, I'm okay. My saliva glands are like fire hydrants. Boom! That was a whole video here in Hunza. Ali has been an incredible ambassador to Pakistan, allowed us incredible access to do and see so many things we wouldn't be able to do without him. And for that, I say thank you. Guys, that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace! Oh, we really synchronized that time. That was really good.
We are improving.
Yeah, I think we should jump in this lake.
It's too cold.
Oh, okay. Good point. Let's find a hot tub.
Hypothermia.